Welcome back, my friends, to Gray Hair Gaming. FM18, the beta, it's out. We just got the call. We're headed back. We're going back across the pond. There's a club in need. That club is Sunderland. And the Stadium of Light right now is not very bright. They've been relegated after taking just 24 points from their last season in the Premier League, finishing bottom of the table. Their manager resigned for his lackluster performance. They're looking to regain their strength in the championship. Can we take them back? Or simply avoid dropping further down to League One? Let's see as we take on a new series specifically for the FM18 Beta. It's Salvaging Sunderland. All right, my friends, welcome to the FM18 Beta, as mentioned in the intro, and by my suit and tie combination, we're going to be taking over Sunderland. I don't know if you've seen their real life results. At the time I'm doing this video, they are 1-6-6. Second from bottom of the table. Sitting on 9 points. They might get relegated to League One this year. So we're going to step in. We're going to roll back the clock a little bit. Go back to the summer before their season of the championship. See if we can salvage the situation. Maybe get promoted. We'll just have to see how it goes. I've never managed in the championship. So let's get right to it. All right, we're going to hop right in here into the game engine, as it were. I'm going to walk you through some of the changes as we come across them, because some things have changed and look pretty different. For my system, I have a pretty decent PC system. It's running a little sluggish at times, but it's a beta, so I'm not complaining. I'm just glad the game's out, just like you are if you're watching this. So let's take a look here. I'm gonna walk through. We'll go do the welcome and all that here in a second. So this all kind of looks the same. Maybe the coloring is a little bit different. They want us to sign young players to the first team, develop players using the club's youth system. We'll take a look at that in a second. Transfer updates. We got some folks out on loan. We got some future transfers going out. They, I believe, are also loaned out, so that's kind of interesting. So we got some cash money coming in. I wish I actually had them, to be completely honest. Now I've taken a look at the squad. We got 2 injuries. So this is it's different because it shows you where the injury is. So knee ligaments are a problem for Paddy McNair, which has got to be the name of the save thus far, right? Duncan Watmore. So I'm hoping Paddy McNair comes back and is just amazing, because Paddy McNair, that's awesome. No recurring injuries. That's interesting. Like, I guess that's if they've had it over and over. They'll help you keep track of individual player risk throughout the season. Report regularly to help you reduce the number of injuries we pick up. So we'll take a look at that here in a little bit. Has responsibilities right now. I'm in charge of everything. Let me show you the youth. Since they want us to use the youth. It's like, wow, look at all these guys. Wait, those aren't youth players. Those are guys that are going out. They've been loaned out, or these 2 are the ones that are being transferred. So if you actually look at the youth, I mean, we have some potential prospects. We got a 5-star prospect, Joel Osoro. He's 18, striker / winger. He's more comfortable on the winger, but we've got him up here, I guess, learning the poacher. I haven't looked at the training or anything like that. 18 acceleration, my goodness. I think he'd be good on the wing, to be honest with you. Crossing's not so great, but he's all right. Joshua, let's look. Where's he from? English. Great. Joshua Maja, maybe. Also a poacher. Maybe could do an advance forward if he trained it up a little bit. 18 years old. So we have some potential coming through. It's not amazing, to be honest with you. It's okay. That's the U23s. The U18s, kind of the same deal. 16 years old, has a ways to go. He's got some potential, but that's what's going on there. So let's go ahead and do the intro real quick. Let's attend the meeting. Welcome to the Black Cats, says the I could not find Ellis shorts, like a Creative Commons where I could use it in the videos without like having licensing risk or copyright problems or anything like that. Couldn't find a photo of him online. That's impressive. Way to go, son. Keep it private, right? Let's get the meeting started. All right. Obviously, a club with a large history. We just got relegated. The fans really appreciate what a newly appointed head coach is taking time to increase their knowledge of the club. I appreciate you might already know a fair amount about Sunderland's background. You just got relegated. But I can send a detailed overview of the club's history to your inbox if you'd like. That sounds like a great idea. Thanks, boss. All right. Happy to be John. Yeah, we'll sign young players and develop. Sure. Sounds good. Traditional hold a press conference. Yeah, let's do that. Yeah, thanks. Let's meet the. Yeah, hey, Glenn Snodden, or is it It's got to be Snodden, right? All right. Before we talk about team policies, do you want to arrange an inter-squad friendly for tomorrow? It's July 1st. No. I don't want to do that. No. Let's go do some friendlies, right? Well, yes, please send me a report. Yeah, let's meet the rest of the coaching staff. Sure. Right. Looks pretty much the same as the other versions of Football Manager. Great. Sunderland background. 6 Premier titles. Okay, going back to the 1800s. Didn't know that. Only 2 FA Cups. 5 championships. So obviously kind of bounced back and forth. Let's look at the... Yeah, those are the more recent ones, right? Yeah. Ooh, a League One. You don't want that. You don't want that title, right? And a Community Shield. Pretty excellent youth facilities and excellent training facilities. Adequate junior coaching. I don't understand this. If you want to be developing the youth, we got to have junior coaching and above average youth recruitment. All right. Lack quality depth up front behind James Vaughan. Quality depth at left wing back beyond Brian Oviedo. We're not strong physically. There's a leadership void. It's not the best in terms. Okay, all this stuff looks the same. We'll set up the tactics here in a little bit. So let's look at the scouting stuff because I think that's interesting. And this episode may go a little bit longer because I want to show you some of the stuff and I want to play a friendly so that we can see what the match engine looks like, right? The board have indicated they'll allow the scouting of players with the UK and Ireland. The scouting budget will be used to pay for senior youth packages and any individual scouting trips outside of your permitted scouting range. Typo. That's a bug. You're also able to choose how frequently you want to receive email recommendations. All right, so let's jump over to the scouting section where it has the value. This is obviously brand new. It's like an extension of like the email you used to get in your inbox, but obviously has a lot more information. So it's got the value. It's got he's listed. He's for loan as well. 11.25 euros. I need to change that. Just 1 second. All right, sorry about that. I don't know why I said it to euros. Still 400,000 pounds versus euros, but the wage has dropped to 10K per week. Okay. Currently operating at Skybet League 2 level. He can improve a lot in the future. 63 is not our knowledge level. I guess it's the overall score, I guess, out of 100, which puts him at 2.5, maybe half stars, but potential ability is way up there. I feel we should be scouting him further. He could be useful signing. Let's take a look at him. Okay, he's 21. We do like a youth player, don't we? He's not that good, but he's rather cheap, so we'll keep scouting. Luke Varney, 48,500. Right. What? He's not that good, is he? I mean, he's cheap, but that's not going to be... Yeah, that's not going to be winning us any awards. Mike Petrasso from Canada. A Canadian. Someone from North America? What is happening? Can improve a lot in the future. He's 21. He's a winger for sure. We're going to be playing with wingers, so let's keep on scouting. So that's obviously different. It shows you that, but I want to show you that this is something that intrigued me from like the feature video that FM did. So you got your packages here, middle tier packages. This is what is now a lot more clear to me, because I felt like in the video, and I could be wrong, when they announced this feature, it was just the total amount. It didn't show you like the per month or whatever. So now that's in there. So let me pop back out of that. It has our scouting budget of £720,000. So you can use that however you see fit. You can bump it up if you want to take a scouting trip outside. So let's say there's a really good player in Ireland, because this is obviously not in Ireland, that you wanted to go after. You could jump up to this massive 10K per month, or you could just pay for a trip for like one player. I've already discovered that. So obviously adding youth players gets quite expensive because there's a lot more of them. So right now we're scouting the Sky Bet Championship and essentially the league above us, our league, and the league below us for the senior packages. We might want to bump that up, right? If we're going to be going after youth prospects, but we'll take a look at that. This looks completely different. It shows you a bunch of different options. You can sort it by all kinds of different ways. I'd been looking down here in like the £9,000 to £10,000 a week range, just because that meant we could probably get 3 players in without having to do too much damage to the wage budget. So it shows you their positions. It shows you where they're currently playing, what level that's at, their morale, their age, all that kind of stuff. Obviously, if you click on them, it's just like anybody else, just like you would in FM17. So that's what's going on there. I've got a bunch of people signed out. Medical center, it doesn't show anything right now. Feel the overall current training workload is likely to lead to a lower than normal level of injuries. That's good. Let's look at the risk assessment, though. So, all right, that's interesting. What's going on here? Very high. Recurring pulled hamstring. Okay, injury susceptibility. So this could be huge. I'm guessing this shows up on scouting reports. We'll get there eventually. But, I mean, Billy Jones is on a rotation contract with us. He has a very high risk of pulling his right hamstring. Okay. It's interesting that Adam Matthews is very high with no recurring injuries. But that's something you got to look at if you're going to be keeping somebody in. And it gives you, I guess, a recommendation on the training load. I think that's fascinating. And it's also realistic, right? You're going to have some players that are really good, but you just can't push them too hard in training because they get injured. And it's like, that's just costing you money to have them on the bench. This guy has got issues in his bum. That's unfortunate. I guess it's a groin strain. Looks like the bum, doesn't it? Yeah, sure does. All right. So that's what's going on there. Training. I mean, you've got the team training, looks very, very similar. Individual training, let's just take a look here. I haven't looked at this yet. Let's find out together. All right. Playing the position. He's a natural. You can up the... Oh, that's interesting. You can up their individual intensity level. So that's a new thing. Obviously, you can have your coaching staff give recommendations, all that good stuff. So I'm not going to dive too heavy into that right now. I'm going to let the game kind of guide me as we go. Current injury shows you, how long they're going to be out. Squad status, blah, 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 blah. History. That's interesting that... Okay, if you hover over that, it's automatically... That's a little aggressive. Sports Interactive. Most days missed shows you how long they've been injured. That's really not good. And then the season summary, which you would... I can't remember if you would get this live in FM17 or if it was more at the end of the season. More at the end of the season awards. I know you got it then. I just can't remember I don't think you got it in the middle of the season. So that's interesting. All right. I'm not going to show you the staff. I'm not really bothered by that, but let's go look at the tactics screen, which is way different. I'm going to get the dynamics. I know you want to see that too. Let's take a look at the tactic, though. So I've gone with a 3-4-3. It's calling it a 5-1-1-3 DM. call it what you like, I guess. So originally, when I had it on a 3-4-3 like this, it has these blocks up here where you're like, what does this mean? Means, okay, major issues. The decision to operate without a central midfielder will result in a struggle to compete in the middle of the pitch. However, Didier Ndong will do the dirty work as a defensive midfielder and provide a stable platform for his fellow midfielders. So it's essentially, if these boxes are green, it's showing you if you have issues, it's kind of like, normal colored, like this one, light green, versus like glowing green means you've got some strength there. So Callum McManaman is responsible for this area as a winger, is perfectly suited to it. So it kind of gives you that idea. So if we pull him back up here and leave him in the box-to-box, it kind of eliminates a lot of issues. So again, with a box-to-boxer, I know he may be out of position sometimes, but the overall idea I had for the team, because I was trying to use our players that are influential, that's interesting. And I want to try a different tactic than I had in FM17, was 3 at the back, 2 wing backs on support, a ball-winning midfielder, and a box-to-boxer kind of. I'm thinking Cattermole here will stay back, and then Ndong will kind of run up and down the pitch, and they get the wingers here doing their jobs as well. So maybe put these guys on defend. Not sure, because we got the wingers up here. I don't know. This may be a horrible tactic. I don't know enough about tactics to tell you one way or another. Why is it now 5-2-3 DM? I have no idea why that changed. It was 5-1-1-3 DM. Now, you literally just saw it says 5-2-3 DM wing back. Okay, do what you want. We're going to play counter-attacking, more direct passing, closing down more, tighter marking, higher tempo. So we want to win the ball back. We want to kick it up to our inside forward or our winger, or straight up to the complete forward. That's the plan that I've got. But this is a quite the nice change. You can kind of see if you have a different formation where the gaps show up in terms of team strength. Now, why did you go and do that? What is happening? What is happening? You go here, and you go here. No. Here. No. Here. Okay, I'm just making sure I got everybody where they need to go. Is it? This is my complete forward. Yeah, Graben. Surely that's his name, right? Anyway, so it shows you that. You can give... Oh, the other thing I meant to show you. First off, I was really confused because I couldn't expand this. You have to hit this weird pen button. I don't know why. And you can reduce it, and it shrinks it down. Still kind of gives you an idea, but shrinks it down. So if you have like all kinds of other ratings you want to see over here, you can take a look at that. If you expand it back out, it shows you familiarity. Obviously, it kind of that randomly pops. That's a weird place for that to be popping up. I don't think it should be there. Okay, interesting. Shows you, that's what you saw in FM17, but also has the intensity. Will require a moderate level of intensity from the players. It shows essentially the effects of their condition and the likelihood of injury impacted by closing down, tempo, style of tackling, and overall team mentality. So obviously, if you're playing more defensive, that's going to use a little bit less energy. Or if you're playing like short, simple passing and not closing down, stick to positions, that's going to be easier on them than like a Gegenpressing, right? That you would get with Jurgen Klopp. That's going to be tougher on the team. You're going to lead to more injuries, yada, yada, yada. So I thought that's really interesting to show, like, hey, if you've got some injury concerns popping up, maybe you kind of dial back some of that stuff, which is going to impact your tactic, but is it worth it to save the injuries? I think that's really cool. Right. You can also do individual instructions. I'm not thrilled with this change, to be completely honest with you, unless there's something that I'm missing. You can't see your player stats. I feel like that's a very huge glaring mistake, at least coming from FM17 as a relatively new player. That was clutch to be able to see, oh, hey, so Ndong, what's that in his instructions? Well, I don't remember what, like, I just met the guy, right? Okay, his passing's okay. You know, like, it, who is it that yeah, Cattermole, sorry. I had to look at him and go, oh, his passing's 14. That's pretty good. So let's give him more risky passes. But I had to click off the screen to do that. I think that's really poor decision. I hope they change it to where it like pops up over here. I don't need to see these people over here if I'm giving individual instructions. So we've given some instructions here. It says we have, but we really haven't. Oh, no. Okay, personalized. Putting him on box-to-box midfielder is apparently personalized. McGeady, we've got more risky passes. Cattermole, we've got more risky passes because they've got good passing stats, which you can't see right now. Yay. All right, let's take a look. It's what we've all been waiting for. Dynamics. Okay, so overview. Very poor match cohesion. Maybe because it's the summer, hopefully. Collective mental state is disappointing. This will impact player positioning during matches, so that's going to tell you if somebody's going to be playing out of where they should be. Players will experience issues with their vision and reactions to events unfolding when playing. Sounds very bad. And it's essentially their ability to work as a cohesive unit. Versus locker room atmosphere, they're quite unhappy or not enjoying their soccer, which could lead to discontent and dissatisfaction spreading throughout the squad. Okay? But we have no unhappy players. And we have 3 players who consider to be very happy. So I guess there's like some people with just bad morale, but they're like, hasn't gotten them to unhappy, which is weird. Leadership support, average. I mean, we just got here. Shows the top influencers. We'll take a look at that here. I guess player issues with the team pop up here. Okay. Hierarchy. Shows you the hierarchy. So I got John O'Shea and Cattermole here. Team leaders, blah, blah, blah. So it says John O'Shea is essentially approaching retirement. Will sorely miss his leadership. I don't know how to do anything to fix that, to like get these highly influential players up into being team leaders. I guess we'll find out as we go through the save. All of the team leaders are currently happy with the club. They should keep morale, blah, 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 blah. It shows you when you click on them individually what social group they're part of, and it highlights their other social group members. So it gives you that. And gives you, obviously, things that you need to know over here. So, again, he's abysmal. It doesn't say why. He's got 2 positives. He has no negatives, but he's abysmal. So, maybe he really liked David Moyes. I don't know. So, this is an interesting change. We'll have to see how it influences the rest of the game. Obviously, if these people get mad, that's very bad. So, shows the social groups and then gives you an idea. Core group are generally content. Secondary group B are currently content, and A are showing signs of great discontent, and as a result, the players within it are increasingly likely to take issues with even the most trivial of matters, including my captain. Okay, and then it shows you some of the folks who've scouted, and it's estimating how they would fit in, and that's really interesting. That's going to make building out a team in Football Manager 2018 weird, in a good way, I think. And then their happiness, again, this is what I understand. Lee Cattermole is abysmal morale. He's satisfied everywhere else, but it allows you to kind of look at it. You know, is training too rough on him? Is there if they have you treated them poorly, like you accidentally, like I did at one point last season, dropped him down in the youth team, and it's like, mate, we need to talk, and it's like, sorry, didn't mean to do that. Club management, playing time, yada yada yada. So it allows you to keep tabs on all of that, which I think is really really interesting. And then this is where you will call a team meeting. But I think that's pretty much all I wanted to show you. We got the finances here. It looks pretty much the same. I mean, we just got started. Sponsor. It looks like they've spent no time in this part. Great. Shows the payroll budget, which is $725 a week. Currently spending $689. So we got a little bit of wiggle room, not much. And we've got it shows the scouting budget here, obviously, and your transfer budget, payroll budget. So that's what's going on there. I think we are ready to tackle our first game against Legia, which I remember from my days at Honixaka Honice. That is a Polish team. So let's go get 7 days into the future and we'll take them on. How about that? All right, a couple things to show you here that are slightly different. So this is the pre-match analysis from our data analyst. And they've turned it now. It makes a lot more sense because I felt like at times you weren't sure in FM17 which way this was pointed because it was turned on its side. So now you know the goalkeeper's down here, and then like this gives you the heat map, so that's cool. Bit different. It shows the scouting report different as well. It's got the counterattack mentality. Shape is flexible, so it even gives you that. And then shows you kind of what they played, what to expect, all that kind of stuff. So I think that's cool. All right, another thing. This is a reminder to conduct the pre-match tactical briefing for Saturday's game against Legia. Okay, let's handle the briefing. Yeah. Despite a fair atmosphere in the room, most of the players are preoccupied with something else. Great. Excellent. Kone, there's rumors that somebody wants to poach him away. We've already lost like our data analyst, a couple scouts, a physio. Like I've got job efforts going everywhere. Players ready to search on which tactical areas are new, the most important ahead against the match against Legia. Okay, so... Okay, so this is, you could say, like, make sure you don't lose the ball over here. Or something. I'm going to hand that off to the assistant. All right. Let's set a good tempo from the off and run them into the ground. Very little reaction from the squad. Move the ball forward with urgency here. Let's get forward with intent. Very little reaction from the squad. Guys, is this thing on? Hello? Hello? Okay, this is really interesting. You can add a scenario. If we go up against, if we're drawing, do this. Oh, that's really cool. If you're losing, do this. If you're winning, do this. Okay, I'm not going to get into that right now, but that's actually fascinating. All right, that's cool. No one cares. Excellent. There's no reaction from the room. Right. Excellent. No, we're not doing that. Because we got a lot of friendlies. Sports scientists, we're losing everybody. This is excellent. That's what happens, I guess, when you get relegated, is everybody comes and poaches all your staff members. Excellent. Okay, so now we're getting into the actual match. I know this is going to be a long episode. I apologize. So you've got the obviously the jersey, the logo. That's pretty cool. That's pretty cool. I like it. I like it. Shows the matches today, formations, yada yada yada. Team selection. This is who we're going with. Again, you can change that just like you would in FM17. We've done our briefing. Let's take a look here. Opposition reports. Okay, so it gives you a lot more detail. Wow, a lot more detail. In terms of where they have got strengths. So if you're trying to break this down, maybe where you should try and target. Okay, if you just leave your mouse cursor over it and hover it and leave it still, it pops open. Some minor issues. The decision to operate without anyone in the defensive midfield position will result in less direct cover for the defense than by using a player in the same role in a more advanced midfield position. I feel like... Okay. So it's saying it's a problem here, but they're there. So that might be a glitch in the game. Not sure. You can kind of show your lineups. This is all very interesting. Let's hop into it and see what it looks like. All right. Okay, that's quite loud, isn't it? Right. Let me turn that down. Hopefully that's not blowing out your ears like it is mine. Okay. And we're just going to apply the advice. Yep. Seems good. Most of the players appear completely disinterested in what you have to say, despite a generally fair atmosphere overall. Let's go. They don't care. Alrighty. That went well. Alright, this is way different. Look at this stuff. No one is in the stands. My goodness. Oh, that is so loud. That is so very loud. How do I go? Can you go home? Okay, let's... Sorry, I've got to fix this in the middle of this. Sound and match. If that's a 4... Okay, we'll try it there. I'm going to turn this back up to where I had it. And hopefully that doesn't blow out your eardrums. Here's what it sounds like now. Ooh, that was a bit much, you might argue. All right, let's watch the actual match, shall we? Morovsky. Okay. I was like, these aren't my players. And that was super interesting. Okay, there's a lot of information going on the screen. It's kind of overwhelming, to be completely honest with you. Focus of attacks, 100% down the wing. Clock is burning around up here. We've not made a good job possession day. We need to try and retain possession. We're playing counterattacking. It's fine. We're focusing down the left wing. Oh, look at the reflection. That looks cool. All right. Grabbing gets dispossessed. Can he get it back? No. Ball hoofed over the top, but we've got center backs back there. We got 3 at the back. Cattermole. Oviedo. Cattermole. I'm not sure. Are they tired? Is that what the... Or is that their match fitness? I'm not sure. Unton. He's surrounded by red shirts. Come on. This kind of feels like it's in slow-mo. Oh, that's just awful goalkeeping, to be fair. Stuff to look forward to. Looking complacent. Okay. Goal kick for Sunderland. Let's go, Black Cats. Grabbing is surrounded. All right, heads it down. McManaman. Man, I'm not going to get that right, am I? McManaman to Jones to Ndong, who's surrounded. Back to McManaman. What's he got? Goes down the wing. He just takes a crack at it. All right. All right. We might have to speed up the highlights because I feel like it's a little slow. Takes a crack from long range, you could argue. Okay, let's look at what's this. Make substitution, change tactics, match mentality, team shape, shout instructions. Okay, shouts allow attacks to be quickly adjusted during a match. Cattermole gets a yellow card. Okay, interesting. So this is, I mean, this is a lot to kind of take in. I'm glad I'm doing a beta save to kind of get adjusted to it. But yeah, there's a lot to take in. And it's not giving you the stuff at the bottom to kind of tell you what's going on until you're actually in a highlight. So that's a bit odd. A really poor job by the keeper again. You got to catch that. But they cleared anyway. McGeady to Graben. Graben. What are you grabbing? Nothing. Thin air. Gives up the ball. Okay, we seem to be pushing down the left with the inside forward. Good shots to touches ratio in the penalty area. Regain possession. Okay, so it's giving you very specific analysis here. I like it. Struggle for possession in the opposition's half. Regain possession well in central areas of the middle third of the pitch. Michael Moravsky has been impressive at breaking into the final third. Okay, that's their team analysis. Okay. When we go to continue... Oh, is this pep talk time? Say aggressive. Far from pleased. Kone looks stressed. That's not good. Everybody else is motivated. Kone's got the other team that's interested in him, so that's going to play into it, isn't it? Tactics. Why is it sideways? That seems like a poor design decision. Right. List. Okay. We're going to go slightly higher in standard. and mix. I'm just mixing it up here a little bit. Analysis. What is this analysis? I guess this is us. Who is this? Who's 13? It doesn't tell you. That would be nice to know. I guess this is our keeper. So right wing, left wing. We've had it mostly on the wings. They've had it mostly in the middle of our area. Excellent. Advice. Okay, it gives you specific advice. I know this is kind of slow. This isn't my normal style. Work the ball in the box. Gives you some advice there. Okay. We'll retain possession because we're going to go standard. Updates. That's a lot of live event updates that I don't feel like you really need. Field. Alright, let's try this. Did I just break it? Okay, I thought I broke it. Didn't break it. Here we go. Catamol, McGeady. We're going to play a more standard rather than counterattacking style. Retain that possession. Is that going to be the trick for us? Okay. Ooh, okay. Ball over the top. Oh, that looks out of bounds, but okay. Keeps it in. Abramovich. Okay, somebody got to step to you. Okay, we're closing them down. I did not look at how tired our team was. We'll look at that after the next highlight. Because obviously first game of preseason in a friendly. Just let him run wherever he wants, lads. That's fine. They're going to be more tired because the first game of the... Okay, let's pause. Okay, they're not more tired. Okay, cool. Good on you, fellas. Oviedo. Ball over the top, grabbing. Smashes it home. Yes. That was a nice little free kick routine. I also like the camera angle. Okay. I like how it shifted up. Oh, and I can upload it direct to YouTube. Interesting. And then it cuts abruptly. Then I might need to smooth that out a little bit. Okay. All right. Are we getting a highlight? Here we go. So this is the data analyst view. So you can kind of see what that looks like. Just a different camera angle. Helps you figure out where your players are playing and all that kind of stuff. So that's an interesting take on it as well. All right, so we'll take the win in the friendly. Okay, Catamol getting the best performers. John O'Shea struggled, 6.3. Does it have a man of the match? Okay, let's go to the dressing room. Team talk. How about... Yeah, I'm very happy with that. Yeah. Hey! I'm getting the green thumbs up. They're liking that. Even though they kind of played turd. All right. Let's leave the match. Can I... Okay, it's just taking its time. It's a beta. They're figuring it out. Yeah, I think it's almost... It's interesting in a good way, but it's a little clunky with some of the changes compared to FM17. Like, it's kind of abrupt. Unlikely victory. Okay, we lost another scout. Okay, dude, chill out. And then we got to coach a course. All right, so we're going to end the episode there. When we come back, unless something crazy happens, we're going to go right into Derby and Notts County in the championship and the cup, the Carabao Cup first round. All right. So hopefully you've enjoyed this. I know it was a little bit longer than it was than like the normal episodes I've done, but I want to show you the new features and then actually get into a game to show you that. I'm going to go back and by the time you see this, I will have cut out chunks of the game because I had it for a good bit on extended highlights rather than key highlights, but was just kind of taking it all in. So smash a like on it, subscribe if you're new around these parts, leave a comment, let me know what you think about all the changes compared to FM17, and we'll see you in the next episode.